Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I did a presentation on the message of Hurricane Harvey. Been doing some reflecting, and I think I should add to that, maybe for some clarity. I see Hurricane Harvey, as many, or should I say mostly all, or should I say all, but I use Harvey because it's the closest one in view. I see it as being God. I see it also as being nature. Now, it occurred. Now, what brought it about was, I don't know if global warming had anything to do with it, or it was just a natural other formulation of events that brought it about. However, it is legitimate in that it occurred. It occurred, and the people were not ready. They were not prepared. And when this disaster, right there in the midst of all of this pain and suffering came out from under the covers, and people began to do what is their nature, most basically. They responded. First of all, they got scared and started running for cover for themselves. And when they felt a measure of comfort or protection, they felt something greater than that satisfaction. And it called them to go back and help others. And they went back. Black and white, men and women, old folk, maybe not too old, and young folk, maybe not too young. They went back to help those who needed help. Some of them had been considered as racist, whether they were black or white. As Donald Trump says, it's enough to go around. They went back to help whether they were Ku Klux Klan or Nazis or white supremacists or slaves. They went back to help one another. And that was the most beautiful. You talk about a wonderful movie, or you talking about a portrait that was being painted. What do you see? You saw misery out there. True misery, pain and suffering. But if you look back, you could also see beauty. You saw people helping people, not concerned about the snakes in the water, not concerned about the alligators in the water, not concerned about the pollutants in the water. They saw people in need of help. This is why when you say God made you and inside of you is God, it was that part of God inside of you that might have been hidden under your hatred for other people. It was that God inside of you that might have been lying dormant on your ignorance. But it was able to manifest itself and go out and help. And it was a beautiful portrait. It will always be beautiful. And it is that portrait that I talk to you about. It is that portrait that could be painted before the misery, before the disasters, that would present another picture just as beautiful. And it will be absent the pain. It will be absent the suffering. Because mankind had allowed the Spirit of God that is in with each and every last one of us to rise. And in doing this, if we look at Hurricane Harvey, we can see the most beautiful things happening. But in the midst of all that beauty, there will still be evil. There will be those who didn't feel the pain and suffering, who will be out price gouging, who will charge you for water like it's gold because you need it, who will charge you for gasoline and other things, just increase the price out of this world because they want to get even richer by snatching what little extra they can from you, knowing that you're going to have even less. That's a part of life. But it is not the part that promotes beauty. That's the part that promotes poverty, crime, and violence. It promotes terrorism, and it promotes war. And wherever you see people across the world suffering, when you see people who are being manipulated, and you got sanctions on them, and the people are suffering, usually it's because you're trying to keep them in a position that they cannot live the beauty of life, even though you might not understand it. But it is the pain of what is real. And this, ladies and gentlemen, that we're experiencing in America and in our world, it's real, but it's not love. It's not God in its beauty, in its ultimate beauty. And why? Because everything that God is supposed to do, God has done it. The part that is missing is you. You're the one that's making that picture and that pain and suffering beautiful because you are helping. And what makes any picture ugly is the pain, is the suffering. So what are you causing? Beauty or pain and suffering? Right now, the evidence in the world is that we're causing pain and suffering. Hurricane Harvey is making it visible to you that you have choice. Change or remain the same. And next time it might not just be Texas. It may be the whole United States. And who's going to come to your rescue then? North Korea? Iran? Afghanistan? Well, I hope we got better friends than that, because they probably will not come to America's rescue. Talk to you later.